Have you ever asked yourself why, even after being so careful, following every medical directive, taking your meds, and getting your morning vitamins, your heart and blood vessels are silently enduring damage without any warning? The truth is, there is a paradox unfolding inside millions of seniors right now, a silent killer that is odorless, colorless, and completely painless. It doesn't announce itself with chest pain. It doesn't make you dizzy or force you to stop what you're doing. It exists in the shadows, turning those of you working hardest to stay healthy into victims of the very habits you've worked so tirelessly to maintain. This harsh reality lies in the combination of the vitamin B12 you take every day and the diabetes or stomach medications you have come to trust. You think you're boosting your energy and protecting your memory and nervous system, but in reality, that combination is unwittingly triggering a harmful chemical reaction that causes homocysteine to build up in your bloodstream. This substance acts like sandpaper, creeping in and eroding the walls of your arteries hour by hour. I have seen too many patients suffer heartbreaking cardiovascular events simply because they were unaware of this dangerous interaction. Today, I am not here to give a dry medical lecture. I am here to help you decode the mystery that is threatening the peace of these golden years. If you are taking those medications, please pause and listen, because what I am about to share is not just information. It could very well be the key to saving your life and the lives of those you love most. To fully explain why a seemingly perfect supplement solution can harbor hidden, serious risks, let me invite you to delve deep into the sophisticated and sensitive mechanisms within your own digestive system. Imagine our digestive system not just as a simple food pipe, but as a complex supply chain where every link must fit perfectly for the body to absorb nutrients. Vitamin B12, one of the most vital nutrients for your nervous system and memory, cannot enter the bloodstream on its own. To get from food or supplements into each cell, B12 needs a special taxi. In medicine, we call this carrier an intrinsic factor. It's a protein produced by the stomach with one sole mission: to pick up B12, hold it, and guide it through the small intestine wall into circulation. Everything goes smoothly if this taxi operates normally, but the problem is that the medications you take daily are silently damaging this essential transport vehicle. If you are taking metformin to control your blood sugar, you need to know that this medication alters how your small intestine absorbs nutrients. Under the long-term influence of metformin, the receptors where the B12 taxi docks become less sensitive or are even completely blocked. Imagine sending a letter to an address, but the recipient closes the door. As a result, even if you supplement with B12, even if you take many pills, the B12 just passes through the gut and is excreted, leaving your body starving for B12 while you are ingesting large amounts. For those using proton pump inhibitors or PPIs to manage acid reflux or protect the lining, the mechanism of harm lies elsewhere. To separate vitamin B12 from the proteins in the food you eat daily, the stomach needs an extremely acidic environment. That's the key to unlocking nutrients. When you take PPIs, you significantly reduce this acidity. In terms of your stomach, you feel relief because there's no heartburn or burning, but nutritionally, you have accidentally built a wall of separation. B12 gets stuck in the food because the stomach lacks the acid to release it. It becomes a passenger that cannot leave the station. Consequently, your body falls into intracellular B12 deficiency, even though routine blood tests sometimes yield normal results that deceive you. This deficiency doesn't just stop at causing fatigue or forgetfulness. The most dangerous consequence is the imbalance in the homocysteine metabolic cycle. Think of homocysteine as a byproduct, a type of metabolic waste that the body produces every day. Normally, the body has an elite cleaning crew led by B12, B6, and folate. With enough of these three workers, homocysteine is immediately converted into beneficial amino acids, helping the body regenerate energy and build cells. But when B12 isn't absorbed well due to medication, this crew lacks key personnel. Homocysteine waste has nowhere to go, so it starts accumulating, floating in your bloodstream at ever-increasing concentrations. This is when the sandpaper begins its work. High concentrations of homocysteine are not inert. It is highly oxidative. As blood flows through the arteries, these homocysteine molecules bump into, rub against, and attack the endothelium, the delicate, smooth lining inside your blood vessels. It doesn't just cause inflammation, it actually creates microscopic scratches on the vessel surface. You can imagine the artery as a smooth rubber tube now being rubbed by someone using sandpaper from the inside. At these scratched sites, your body reacts by pulling cholesterol plaques to patch them, hoping to heal the wound. But that very act of healing accidentally narrows the vessel, causing atherosclerosis and facilitating blood clot formation. The most heartbreaking thing I want to share with you is that this damage has no voice. It doesn't cause immediate chest pain to warn you. It doesn't make you dizzy to force you to take a rest. It is a silent, slow process that erodes your cardiovascular health day by day, month by month, year by year. And because homocysteine levels are almost never tested in the routine blood panels you get at the clinic, this toxic buildup continues undetected. You still think you're fine, still following your prescriptions, but at the molecular level, damage is accumulating day and night, placing you at a much higher risk of stroke and cardiovascular events than peers who don't face this metabolic glitch. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a medical reality that you yourself must be the one to control and stop. We aren't just talking about a vitamin. We are talking about protecting the vital highways that carry blood to nourish your very own heart. Clearly recognizing the silent dangers lurking in your bloodstream is just the first step. But more importantly, we need a concrete map to navigate out of this maze of risks and reclaim control over your own health. I know that when facing health risks, our natural instinct is often to feel anxious and seek a miracle cure to solve the problem immediately. But with years of experience accompanying seniors, I assure you that health doesn't come from miracles, but from thorough understanding and small, strategic adjustments in daily habits. This is not the time to give up, but the time to stand up and proactively adjust your path to protect your heart and blood vessels. The first and most important step in this roadmap is changing how we monitor our health metrics. Remember that in modern medicine, standard blood tests we get periodically usually focus on the most basic, visible, and easy-to-measure indices. The accumulation of homocysteine, the criminal we discussed, is almost never on that periodic checklist. Therefore, you cannot wait for your doctor to proactively suggest this test for you. Become the manager of your own health. In your next follow-up, I want you to confidently ask your doctor to order a quantitative homocysteine blood test and at the same time request a check on your active B12 levels. Don't hesitate if the doctor seems surprised, because our goal is to seek the most factual data on your body's metabolic processes, not just superficial numbers. Once you have these figures in hand, you will truly know where you stand and what needs to be adjusted. Once you understand your internal status, the next step is changing your body's input materials. We often have the habit of buying whatever bottle of vitamin B12 is on the supermarket shelf without really paying attention to the ingredients. Pay attention to the ingredient label. You will often see a name like cyanocobalamin. Chemically, this is a synthetic, cheap, and common form, but it places an unnecessary burden on your body to break down unwanted molecules to convert it into the active form. Instead of using that form, I advise you to switch to methylcobalamin. This is a form of B12 that your body can absorb and use immediately without undergoing a complex conversion process. It's like eating a meal that's already prepped for digestion rather than peeling every hard shell yourself, helping your body save energy and reduce pressure on a digestive system already affected by medication. Beyond choosing the right type, dosage is an art we need to master. Many of you have a more is better mindset, leading to excessive B12 supplementation, up to thousands of mcg per day. This is really unnecessary and sometimes counterproductive for those with absorption issues. I always recommend maintaining a moderate level. About 250 to 500 mcg per day is the ideal number to support the body without overloading it. Think of this like fueling a car. We need enough gas to run a long distance, not overfilling the tank to the point of waste and leaks. Furthermore, never supplement B12 in isolation. Consider B6 and folate as B12's inseparable teammates. This trio works as a perfect support system, working together in the metabolic cycle to ensure homocysteine is processed most efficiently. Supplementing alone without the support of B6 and folate will significantly reduce the effectiveness you hope to achieve. Finally, the most difficult but important part is how you talk to your treating physician. I understand that visits usually last only 15 short minutes, where doctors have to race against time to handle dozens of other patients. But don't let that rush stop you from voicing your concerns. Come to the appointment with a specific, concise, and direct list of questions. Instead of asking general questions like, "Do I need to take this medicine?" Try asking, "I am taking Metformin or PPI," and realize the risk of homocysteine accumulation. Could adjusting the vitamin B12 form to methylcobalamin and adding B6 and folate help me improve this? When you ask questions with such knowledge, the doctor will see you as a serious, well-informed patient who truly cares about long-term health. That is the best way to build a cooperative relationship based on mutual respect and a shared goal of your health. This roadmap doesn't require you to change your entire life, just a few small but foundational adjustments. When you proactively take the wheel, change your approach, and listen to your body more, you will notice positive signs gradually appearing. It could be clarity returning to your memory, suppleness in each step, or simply peace of mind, knowing you are doing everything possible to protect your heart. I always believe that at this age, knowledge is the most precious medicine. You have every right to master this journey, and I am here to accompany you, ensuring that every step you take is a solid step toward enduring health and a better quality of life. Start tomorrow with a checkup appointment, a correct new vitamin bottle, and a proactive, hopeful mindset. You are not alone on this path, and every small change you make today is an invaluable investment for the peaceful days ahead. Now that you hold a concrete action plan and a list of vital questions to discuss with your physician, you may still feel a lingering sense of hesitation or anxiety about the road ahead. But I want you to truly understand this. You are not alone on this journey. Our bodies, at any age, possess an incredible power of resilience if given the right support. The silent damage we've identified together, when caught and addressed in time, has every potential to improve and heal over the years. Please have faith in your body's own capacity to recover. I realize that a 15-minute clinic appointment is far too short for a doctor to explain every complex biochemical corner of your health. That is exactly why I am here as your companion, to bridge that gap and to dive deep into the knowledge that the frantic pace of modern life often forces us to overlook. Taking charge today isn't just about adjusting a pill, it is about reclaiming your position as the master of your own well-being. Once you have embraced and applied this wisdom, remember that there are many friends and loved ones around us, also in their golden years, who may be unknowingly falling into these same traps. A simple share from you or a heartfelt reminder could be the lifeline someone needs to prevent a sudden cardiovascular event before it even has a chance to occur. Keep holding on to this proactive spirit. Your heart deserves to be cherished, and these senior years deserve to be your most peaceful and healthy ones yet. I will always be here, continuing to walk beside you and sharing evidence-based medical insights, ensuring that every step you take is a step toward absolute peace of mind. Thank you for your trust, for listening, and for choosing to live wisely. I look forward to seeing you again in our upcoming topics as we continue to write this meaningful journey of health together.